It begins on a quiet winter night in February of 2004. 21-year-old Maura Murray, a talented nursing student at the University of Massachusetts Amherst, prepares for another ordinary week. But behind the calm surface, something in her life is quietly unraveling. On the night of February 5th, during her campus security shift, Maura receives a phone call that shatters her composure. Her supervisor later recalls her breaking down in tears, unable to form complete sentences. She repeats only, my sister, my sister." But her sister insists she never called. This unexplained emotional collapse becomes the first indicator that something deeply troubling is happening. Over the next few days, Maura searches the internet for directions to remote locations, the Berkshires, Vermont, and the White Mountains of New Hampshire. She prints maps, downloads routes, and studies the roads heading north. It's as if she's planning something, an escape, a getaway, or a last-minute disappearance. On Monday, February 9th, she emails her professors saying she'd be gone for a week because of a death in the family, but there was no death. That afternoon, Maura withdraws nearly all the money from her bank account, $280, and purchases a surprisingly large amount of alcohol. Then she packs her belongings, places her textbooks into her car, and heads north without telling anyone where she's going. Sometime before 7 p.m., she drives deeper into the mountains of New Hampshire. Snow lines the roads, and the night is bitterly cold. She will never be seen again. At 7:27 p.m., a resident on Route 112 in Haverhill, New Hampshire, hears a crash. Maura's black Saturn has skidded off a curve and lodged into a snowbank. A woman, Faith Westman, calls 911. Moments later, a school bus driver named Butch Atwood stops at the scene. He finds Maura alone, shaken but conscious. She insists she's fine and refuses help, claiming she already called 888, something impossible because there was no cell service in that area. Atwood leaves to call the police. When he does, he's told the accident has already been reported. But the timeline reveals nobody else had called yet. When police arrive minutes later, Maura is gone. Her car is locked, the airbags are deployed. A box of wine has spilled onto the interior. Her gloves and cell phone are missing. There are no footprints leading away from the car, only deep, untouched snow. It's as if she simply vanished. As investigators begin their work, contradictions start piling up. No footprints in the fresh snow. A mysterious red pickup truck reportedly seen near the crash. A gap of only 7 minutes during which Maura could have walked, yet nobody spots her. A phone call earlier in the day from someone at her university, a person who never came forward. The strange presence of alcohol in the vehicle, with no definitive proof she was drinking. Dogs track her scent for 100 yards, then it disappears abruptly. These contradictions form the center of the mystery, creating a case with more questions than answers. The first major theory suggests Maura was abducted. There are compelling reasons. Her scent trail stops at the road, indicating she may have entered a vehicle. No evidence suggests she walked into the woods. The red pickup truck, although never identified, is suspicious. And beyond that, the region had documented cases of dangerous individuals preying on vulnerable people. Maura was injured, disoriented, freezing, and alone on a rural highway at night. This theory remains one of the strongest. Another theory suggests Maura left voluntarily. Her search history shows she was planning a trip. Her email to professors provided a convenient excuse. Her belongings were packed neatly, as if for days. Her relationship with her boyfriend was strained. She may have been escaping stress, pressure, or emotional turmoil. But this raises another question: if she escaped voluntarily, why disappear after the crash? Why leave everything behind? Why never use her bank account or contact anyone again? Runaways leave digital footprints. Maura left none. Some believe Maura planned everything, that the crash was staged. that she wanted a clean break from her life, that the alcohol and spilled wine were props meant to mislead investigators. But this theory also fails to align with reality. Maura drove into an isolated, unpredictable environment. She could not have planned that a neighbor would see her crash or that police would arrive so quickly. If she wanted to vanish, she would have chosen a controlled environment, not a random snowy road in the mountains. For her family, none of the runaway theories make sense. Her father, Fred Murray, believes Maura was abducted and that the early investigation was flawed. He points to critical mistakes, delays in search efforts, mishandled evidence, inconsistent reports, lost samples, witness statements never fully pursued. He maintains Maura didn't run away, someone took her. Every year, the family continues searching the mountains of New Hampshire. Every year, they come back empty-handed. The witnesses near Maura's crash report unsettling details. A man smoking in a car, a red truck passing repeatedly. A couple who saw a figure walking on the road. Owners of a nearby house where suspicious stains were later found, but never tested properly. Every witness description seems incomplete, contradictory, or uncertain. In a case where minutes matter, small inconsistencies become massive questions. After 2 decades, the most widely supported theory is this: Maura left the scene on foot. Within minutes, she encountered a passing vehicle. She got inside, willingly or not, and she was never seen again. Her scent stopping abruptly at the road strongly supports this. The lack of footprints supports this. The absence of any trace in the woods supports this. And the extremely short window in which she disappeared makes this the most logical conclusion. What happened next is unknown. Maura's disappearance remains unsolved because there was no body. No physical evidence, no confirmed sightings, no confessions, and no clues left in the 20 years since. The case sits in a perfect storm of uncertainty, flawed early investigation, contradicting witness accounts, chaotic timelines, and thousands of online theories drowning out the truth. The silence, above all, is what keeps the case open. Someone knows what happened, but no one has ever spoken.